everyone, and welcome to another countdown to Christmas video. My name is Leanne and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia. Today's video, I'm going to make a card, a faux step card, using Shepherd's Care. And I did this one in peacock, pretty peacock, and crumb cake. But I'm going to make the one today out of cherry cobbler, very vanilla, and crumb cake. So this is a really easy card to make. Just a couple of steps. So I'll bring in my cutter. We're going to cut down this piece of cardstock to 8.5 by 5.5. So you could easily get 2 step cards out of one piece of cardstock. And we will score it at 1 inch, 2 inches, and 5.25 inches. Just that simple. And then we will bring in some crumb cake, and we're going to cut that down to 2 3/4. Now this is up to you. Depends what you want to put on this side of your card. I wanted that size, and it just worked out for me to have it this size, but yours might be a bit narrower, maybe it's a bit wider. It all depends what you want to use for a stamp set and your image. And this doesn't need to be much bigger than 6.5. You could go as high as 8.5. So for instance, this piece was 8.5 and I went right to the bottom. You don't have to, you can cut it off sort of at the top there. So I'm going to go to 6.5 on this one. I'm going to go to 6.5. Well, first what I'm actually going to do is score it in the middle, because that'll be easier. So this piece is 8.5. I'm going to score it at 4.25. Okay, and then I can decide. If I just leave it like this, then it's going to fit both sides here. But I'm going to cut off, I don't know, a couple inches up here. Maybe make it 1.5. Again, don't have to. That's just the way I'm going to do it today. All right, there's that piece, and I need some very vanilla, and that is going to be 2.25 by 3 3/4. All right, that's gonna go here, and I'm gonna take some more cherry, take the other half here, and make a border. So my border is going to be just 1/8 of an inch around. So that's gonna be 2 3/8 by 3 7/8. And that just should be a nice scant border, which it is. So just like that. All right, the next piece I'm going to do is in very vanilla. It's going to be 2 by 2.25. Is that a small enough piece? Oh, look at that. Perfect scrap size, 2.25 by 2. So it's gonna go this way on my card, 2.25, okay. And then bring in some cherry again and go 2 3/8 by 2 1/8. Right, did I do that right? I feel like there you go, yeah. And then one more piece, that's going to be, again, 2 1/4, which should be that already, perfect, by 3/4 of an inch. Like that, bring one more in. That's going to be 2 3/8. 2 3/8. 1, 2, 3. 7/8 is what I'm gonna make this, and hopefully this will all work out. So we've got all my pieces cut. I'm gonna bring in my Shepherd's Care stamp set, and I've already mounted this one. I'm gonna bring in some gray granite. I know that sounds odd, but I don't know if it's just my gray granite or what's going on. It kind of looks, well, you'll see. I'm not sure. It looks crumb cakeish without being crumb cakeish. I don't know. I just like what it looks like. So we'll bring that in, give this a little stamp. If my head gets in the way, pardon me. Just want to bring that down. And I really like this stamp without coloring it. I have colored it, but I also like it not colored. All right, I want to add in the back what looks like to me Jerusalem, Bethlehem in the distance. That's what it looks like to me. I'm gonna assume that's what the artist was creating. I have no idea, but I want it to look like the shepherd is, oh, what's that? Is looking in that direction. So I could guess, I don't want to, so I'm gonna take a piece of Post-it note here, and I'm gonna ink up this stamp again. And where it's sticky here on the top half, you can buy masking paper as well. I have some of that, but this is such a smaller scale one. I'm not gonna bother pulling it out. This works. And I'm just gonna cut around the little lamb. And no, I'm not gonna cut out the whole thing. I'm just going to cut out the part where I'm gonna stamp what I'm calling Bethlehem. Okay, go around his beard. I probably won't go this high, but might as well. Cut it out, just like that. All right, and I'm gonna go over and just stick this kind of here, like that. And it's okay if a smidge, I don't know if you can see it, a smidge of the outline of the stamp underneath shows. That's okay. All right, I'm gonna stamp my image, and where do I want them? Kind of want it over here. Perfect. Then it looks like he is looking in the distance at that little town. Love it. Okay, so let's mount this. I'm not gonna color it. I just like it the way it is for some reason. We'll add color another way. So let's add that. Put that on here. Looks pretty good. All right, let's continue stamping. I'm gonna bring out the Praying That You Will Feel the Good Shepherd's Care in this season and throughout the coming year. I'm gonna take that one. And we're gonna use Cherry Cobbler. Grab that. Oh, my Cherry Cobbler looks terrible. Looks terrible, but it still works. It's quite old, this Cherry Cobbler. In fact, it's not even the newer ink pad. I think it's like the original ink pad. It's been around a long time. All right, I'm just gonna stamp off for a second because it felt kind of juicy, but nope, should be okay. And I wanna make sure on this one that my 2 1/4 inch is going that way, because that's how wide this stamp is. Yay! Got that. Make sure I don't smudge it. In fact, I'm just gonna let that dry a little bit. It feels a bit smudgy. And we'll take out one more piece on earth. And put that here. And we'll do that one in Cherry Cobbler as well. It's a lot easier for me to put my head right over top of this, but I don't want to get it in the way of the camera. So I hope this is gonna be in the right position. Yep, looks good to me. So let me just clean those off quickly. Grab a baby wipe and one of my pads here. Just get all this off. I like doing it this way because then I don't ink up my pad too much, and I'm not having to wash it as often if I do it this way. So there you go. Okay, put that aside. Now let's assemble. Let's take this down. So we have our crumb cake. I'm gonna bring back in our cherry cobbler. Remember, this is a 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 1, 2, and 5 1/4. Did I get that right? I did. I got that right. Okay, so let's fold this over. I'm going to use my bone folder because I want a nice crisp edge. Bring that down. All right, just like that. Now, you could also put a piece of designer paper right in the back. That would be lots of different ways to do this. This is just the way I'm doing it today because of the layout of this particular stamp set. So let's bring these pieces in again and finish this off. And then we can add some embellishments, spruce it up a bit. But the stamp set itself feels a little old worldish to me, and so I kind of like the fact that cherry cobbler to me feels like an older color, in a sense, an old world color. So I'm lining that up. I'm flipping it over. Oh, see, I didn't leave myself much room, did I? But that's okay. That's okay. It's still gonna work. Apply some glue here. I love this Tombow glue because it dries very quickly. Give that a few seconds. So there you go. So you can cover this piece up if you want. I might do that with some very vanilla, and then that can, you know, be where you write your message, or you can still open this up, actually, frankly, and put something on the inside as well. Oh, it would help if we tacked that down, wouldn't it? Okay, I'm just gonna put my finger here so I know how far the glue should go. All right. Perfect. That's one side. Let's do this side. That on. Super easy card to make. You could make quite a few of these actually if you were going to do these for your Christmas card. And you know what I'm going to do? Not sure why I didn't think of that. I'm going to give it a crumb cake layer. Because I've already put that one on there, what does this come to? 2 3/8. I'm going to bring in my cutter. Wasn't thinking that when I was changing colors, was I? So, no big deal. We will just add another layer of color. So this ended up being 2 3/8. 1, 2, 3. So 2.5 we're going to do. And I think this was 2 and then 2 1/8. Okay, so that makes this 2 1/4. And that should be okay. That's better. Kind of like the triple layer. And it still works, so that's perfect. Let's do that. Okay. Thinking on the fly. That's what I'm doing this morning. Thinking on the fly. All right, let's put that in here. Oh, what am I doing? Doing it wrong. You're all screaming at me. No. Good thing I didn't use tape, so I had a few seconds to pull that off. All right. Put a little more glue. Don't need too much. I've already got glue on my card. There we go. I thought it looked a bit odd the other way. Okay, we're gonna have to do the same for this piece. Hopefully I won't have to cut this down too much. I might have to. Let's see, that is 1 inch, barely. That's 1 inch, so I'm gonna bring this in and cut a piece that is, am I gonna make it that way? Nope. Nope, nope. I think 2 1/2. Is that what I did on the other one? I've forgotten already. 2 1/2. Yep, 2 1/2. I'm gonna turn it around. I'm gonna do 7/8. Sorry if I'm off the screen. Here, let's see how that works. That should be it. And then this piece I think is now a bit too big. So let's see if we can't just shave that off 1/8 of an inch. Let's see if that's right, 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, for little tiny pieces like this, here's a good trick for you. Instead of going from the bottom up and risking that little piece moving, just go to the middle and then push it down. So now you've got that blade is in the cardstock, and then move it like that. Works quite well actually. And I think I need to take 1/8 off this side as well. I could be wrong, but let's see if I'm gonna have enough room. Look at that, I messed up. Oh, one more time. All right, let's bring this back in. This is what happens when you're crafting. This is 2 1/2, so I'm gonna make this 2 7/8. There we go. Perfect. This was 7/8, so I will make it 1 3/4. I'm just hoping my piece on earth will fit, because that means I have to shave off 1/8 of an inch. And, oops. That works that way. Oh, look at that. I don't know what I did, but it's perfect. Got it. Got it to work. Let's put that together and then bring out some embellishments. Okay. Where are my tweezers? Hiding right here. Helps when you have nails to have some tweezers nearby as you're picking up small things. Piece on earth. I'm actually liking the I wasn't planning on doing a double layer, but I like it. I think it looks good. What do you think? All right, we'll put that on, and then I'm gonna grab some embellishments. Let's see, I have, here we go. How do you like that? I don't think it needs any color. I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is and bring in a little bit of embellishments maybe. These are the Druzy adhesive backed embellishments from the mini holiday catalog. I like the brightness of these. They're not really quite gold though. I think that's brass. Does it say brass? Doesn't tell you. It looks more brass like to me than gold, but that's just me. Let me bring in my little box of embellishments and see if there's something else I can use. Oh, I could use those. Let's try those. These are Regal foiled adhesive backed. This is also from the holiday mini. So one is glittery, one has a little bit of gold in it, which I kind of like. And I kind of feel like it's closer to cherry cobbler. Is there an actual color in here? I don't know. Doesn't say. I think I'm gonna put this I'm not even gonna push it down. I'm just gonna play around and see what I like. One here, maybe. Maybe it doesn't need anything at all. It'd be nice if there was a place for a ribbon, wouldn't it? The ribbon would cover it up. Yeah, I think. How about that? I don't really want to put one over here. Maybe it's Peace on Earth. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Let's put one here. Let's bring that guy maybe like that. Push him down. That's my decision and I'm sticking with it. All right, so there you go. A really simple faux step card using, again, the Shepherd's Care. I wanted to say Shepherd's Pie. I must be getting hungry. Shepherd's Care. I hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you on our next video for our Christmas countdown. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye.